Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Bahasham Rakakurash, Kal Halali Nabana, Yahawa Alahayana, Bahasham Yahawshai, Bahasham Rakakurash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the prophets of the same body. Shalom. I was just watching a, excuse me, just watching No Jumper. Okay, this is fair use. I'm not going to play nothing. I'm not going to play any footage out of it, but I will share um, the link, which I'm sure you guys have seen. Came out November 2023. You know, something as important of what they're talking about. You know, I'm surprised that you got the gremlin ninjas of the society won't even watch it or thumb it up. 305 views. I mean, 305 thumbs up. Okay, but all the ratchet shit, Jake's gonna gravitate towards. All right, okay. You got this clown, all right, and then you got this guy, Tariq Nasheed, where is it Tariq Nasheed? Whatever his name is. All right, and then you got this. He's part of those people with the nose, people that reside in a certain land from 1948. And then you got Jake here, Captain Tazaryak. All right. Now, what this they're talking about? They talk about several things. I made some notes. Okay, they talk about critical race theory. All right, and Edomites worried that they're going to find out about their horrible past. Jake's going to find out about their horrible past, and it is going to sort of make them feel guilty. And he also touches on Esau. Also touches on this Adam 22 guy touches on the fact that they shouldn't have to pay for their forefathers' sins. Okay, number one. Okay, number one. Critical race theory is not a theory. Theory is an idea. Is a critical race fact. CRF. Okay, how you Edomites got this land, how you got this world, how you did what you did, how you usurped all the ideas and stole all the ideas of the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all right, who are the 12 tribes, okay, and Ground Zero America, he stole all the ideas, how the fact that America and the world beyond America ticks due to the Israelites, from the music to the hip talk to all the inventions to all the whiskeys, the bourbons, the vodkas, the so-called sauces, the spices, the herbs, even Kentucky Fried Chicken, for example. They put that cracker Colonel Sanders on it. That was invented by a so-called black woman in the southern states. And obviously, at that time when it was invented, it was real chicken, real cooked, with love and all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? By the Jake women, because Jake women were more feminine at that time. Okay, as well as peanut butter, ice cream, toothpaste, toothbrushes, you know, all the little inventions, styling out your car, putting rims on it, blacking out the windows, sounds. Now you got cars that have that. You got these crackers that come into hoods and even sell out Jakes that come into hoods that get the ideas and then they go back to the Edomite companies and then they start having the cars built in with subwoofers and sounds and low profile tires and 20-inch rims and stuff like that. You know, you know how Jacob, wears clothes and stuff like that. These high-end clothes are mainly worn by Jake anyway because Esau can't pull it off because Esau doesn't have a royal nature. All right, I'm just letting you know what the so-called white man has done. The so-called white man is a nothing. Okay, the Edomites are nothing. All right. And they have a natural hatred towards Jacob, which was always been there since the womb. All right, since Genesis, since the book of Genesis, when we were in the womb of our foremother Rebecca. All right, Jacob and Esau came out. Yes, they came out. Isaac and out of Isaac's loins, but they were two separate nations, as the scripture says in Genesis. All right, all right. And just like Jake has pale children called albinos or children that come out with blonde hair, blue eyes, like a Nigerian couple, a Jurat couple had in Nigeria, West Africa, right? We do that today because you got to have color to have pale children, okay? Pale people do not have dark children, all right? Unless one of their forefathers are Israelites. And then they'll be Israel. They'll be fine then. But for the most part, all right, it's Jacob that is the former of all things, as the scripture says. Okay? And, I've gone a bit of a tangent, but I just had to sort of give a encapsulated thought of how I'm feeling. Man, these crackers really frustrate me. But anyway, the Edomites are worried about, another thing, that even though WAC 100 is slightly, off kilter, but he did touch on the fact that these people are knocking down statues of these Edomites, and these statues need to stay up, to let Jake know that that's that specific cracker, or that heathen, or whatever, that Edomite that used to enslave Negroes and Native Indians and Latinos of Native Indian descent. You know, but then again, the Lord did say that, if that these Edomites are going to build, but He'll throw down. So it is a destruction of the society. Some fair points are being made, but the one that stuck out in this 11 minutes and 37-second conversation was a critical race theory, which is critical race fact, and these crackers feeling afraid to be Edomites, so-called white people, because their fathers have inherited lies. All right, they actually believe that they were the knights of the round table, that they were the Israelites, that they were the Persians, that they were the Medes, that they were the Egyptians, that they were the kings of Europe. Okay, the Egyptians were Hamites. Okay, brown people, Africa, so they're natural African. Okay, those ugly people in Africa. All right, they're in Sudan right now. They're about 8. Their average height amongst them is about 7 feet tall. Even the women. All right. They want Edomites. They want crackers. Even though crackers live in that land for for a time. The Ptolemies and all that. All right. The Persians are the East Indians or the Iranians today. All right. The term Aryan or Aryan is a name given to a lot of Elamite or East Indian children. It's a name. It's not you Edomites. They call themselves the Aryan nation. Aryans are brown people. The Israelites are brown people, the so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Indians. The kings of Europe were so-called brown people, the monarchs. But then you crackers came into every part of Europe and took over because it was your time to rule. All right? And it's our time to go into captivity and be punished the way a father punishes his children. The Lord giveth and taketh away, but now the Lord's ready to return it again. For eternity, we're going to have our power back. Hence the reason why people like Vladimir Putin open up the vaults to the Russian icons. Because, Jake likes to paint murals, of dead soldiers. These are my fallen homies. Yo, I'm going to paint a mural to it. You got Israelite foreigners like Sidhu Musewala, right? Who got shot 12 times. His murals are everywhere on vans and trucks in America, Canada, the UK. Right? Because he was an Israelite foreigner. But a lot of you Jakes in America are not going to get it because he looks different. He wears a turban and all that kind of thing. You can't understand the language he's speaking. But he's rapping in Punjabi. And they got murals everywhere. Big Pun, an Ephraimite rapper, he had his murals everywhere. Big L, a Judite rapper, they had his murals everywhere. And just like we have paintings and murals and pictures, and Jake's in prison like to pose and take pictures of certain times and points in life. Jake likes to document shit. The same way we documented in a royal way, the Most High, Abanoah Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, our King, in beautiful in paintings and murals, and having their paintings on architecture and certain churches across Europe, Poland, Russia, and that, Because if you go to these old churches that are 500-600 years old in Russia and Poland, they have brown images with woolly hair. And that's why Vladimir Putin opened up the vaults to the Russian icons. You can Google it yourself, and it's all people that look like this brother, and this brother. They don't look like this devil here. Okay? So the truth is coming out. All right? And they're talking about critical race theory. Critical race fact. How you devils did what you did, how you told lies, how you're doing Jake every single day, how you did Jake in the past. They don't like the images of Jake's being lynched, of Jake's being burned alive, Jake's balls being cut off, women being raped. They don't like none of those images. They want everything to be like, like you got a dirty wall in a house. It's got fingerprints and dirt over it because your children have been playing around over a period of 2 years and messed it up. They just want that dirt to be covered up with white glossy paint or matte paint so it's not existent anymore. But no, hell no. Those facts are going to be shown. Okay? So the Lion of Judah, the Lion of Yahweh can wake up. So the truth can spread about you devil's lies, man. All right, the truth can come out. How you lied about being who these, all these people, on the across the planet. But one thing that I've noticed as well, coming up, I'm 48 years old, right, this month. All right, if it's the Lord's will, if I get to my birthday, right, I don't celebrate that, by the way. I'm just saying, all right. In my time on this planet, I've never seen a movie about the Edomites. How come you Edomites, you Caucasians, you cave people, do not want to be who you are? Hmm? You want to be everybody else on the planet. You want to be the the last samurai, and the samurais were Israelites, so-called black men. You want to be the last Mohican, and the Mohicans are Israelites. They're the tribe of Gad, all right, Northern Kingdom. You want to be American Ninja, and then the original ninjas were so-called black men. Hence the reason you got the likes of Michael J. White, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's more than likely an Israelite foreigner, Bruce Lee, who's an Israelite foreigner, a Judite, more than likely, okay? Because the scriptures do say, Judah will be covert in the land of Moab, paraphrasing, meaning that the Lord would hide us in different bodies, because Jake likes to have sex with women of other nations, as the women of other nations are good. You think King Solomon's seeds are not here today? 700 women he had, 300 concubines. Those children are not here today. Jake today has women of other nations. And sometimes the children come out looking like straight like their mother. They come out looking like a cracker. They come out looking like a Chinese person. They come out looking like an East Indian. They come out looking like an Arab. Those still are Israelites. That's why when you see these guys that look like other nations, they're pop locking, dancing, they're singing like Luther Vandross or Diana Ross or Whitney Houston. These children that look like other nations, Example, Bettina Marie. Bettina Marie is of Portuguese, which is Northern Kingdom, native Indian, and it is Sicilian descent. She's an Israelite. And who did she marry? She married a Jake because she wants to stay with her. She didn't know. She probably assumed that she was white, but when she was younger, she looked like an Ephraimite. But as she got older, then she started looking more like an Edomite. The Lord hid us in different bodies. Why? So because the so-called white man is so carnal, he would kill all niggers. He'll kill, all ninjas with a so-called black or Hispanic look. If you got a Spanish last name or you look like a Negro, they want to delete you. These are those damn Israelites. Hence the reason you see how Esau did us by putting guns and drugs in our communities. And even the new, what's that cartoon, man, on Netflix? Good Times. The new Good Times cartoon, right? Animation, Rep talks about the redlining and how these Edomites put guns and drugs in communities to set Jake up. And that's part of the curses pursuant to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 2054, where Jake, will be against each other, the single parent households. Yeah? And then this guy mentions, why should so-called white man's, I'm paraphrasing, okay, but he said it like this, where he said, why should children pay for their father's sins? Well, we paid for our forefathers' sins. They committed wrong, and we are our forefathers because we come back every third or fourth generation. So you, devil, you were probably lynching Jakes 300-400 years ago. Hence the reason why you're a cuck now is because you probably used to grape black and Hispanic women back in the day. Hence the reason why the Lord put an evil spirit on you from the left-hand side angels, where your woman is a cuck. You're a cuck, giving out your woman to who? Jacob. That's why a lot of these Edomites, these so-called white men, love to see their woman get popped by Jake. Why? Because that's you getting punished for graping Jake's wives when they got newly married during the slavery days. Chattel slavery days. Jake's about to plow his woman. He got married and that. He's had a hard day on picking cotton and being whooped and shit. He's about to make love to his beautiful wife, and Esau comes kicking on the door. Hey, boy, I want your woman first. And then she gets turned out and everything, flipped and nutted in and nutted on, and all that other stuff that Esau likes to do because he's foul. And then he gives her back to Jacob, all tainted. Then on the flip side, to this day, those same slavers like him and other Edomites, they got that evil. Now they're voluntarily having their women popped, probably by the same those men, those so-called black men or Israelites that are popping Edomite women, right? And their husbands are watching willingly. Are probably back in the past were probably Jake's that had their wives taken during the chattel slavery days and before that, right? So you're paying for your forefathers' sins. That's why you Edomites on fentanyl. You're homeless. These curses are coming on you, not fully yet, but they're going to immerse on you. They're going to come on you hard. And you got a lot of Jakes that are doing well, better than Esau. So slowly you're seeing, the kingdom being translated from one people to another. Even in our lowest point, the so-called white woman wanted Jake. They love men of color. Sometimes they want that big burly Jake Judite. Sometimes they want that suave Rico Suave. You know what I mean? That suntan Superman, naturally tan Superman. I mean, you know. Sometimes they want the long locks, even the long hairs are wicked, but they want the long locks of Gad, and a muscular torso. We hear what you women say, man, especially you white women. All right, and we see how you Edomite women look at us. All right, and how your men hate that, and how when we talk about a white woman, if you're at work or whatever, and Edomites hear about it, they sort of like, you can tell that they don't like it. They don't like it. Especially when we talk about your women. What are you gonna do, Esau? Your women voluntarily, they want us. Huh? So, yeah, we pay for our forefathers' sins, and Brakti Halbashim Yashar, we're at the end of it. But you guys are going to pay for yours. So you said, why should people pay for their father's sins? Well, here's why. Let's go to some scriptures. Let's go to critical race theory first. Okay, critical race theory is a movement and framework of legal analysis that examines how race is used to oppress and exploit people of color. And it's many Edomites that are up in arms. Critical race fact, by the way, challenges the neutrality of law and legal institutions and aims to eliminate race-based and other unjust hierarchies. All right, that's what that is. Leviticus 26:40. Let's go to this one first. Leviticus 5:7. Sorry, Lamentations 5:7. Okay, let's go to King James version first. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. All right, let's go to GNT. Our ancestors sinned, but now they are gone, and we are suffering for their sins. Okay. NET Bible. Our forefathers sinned and are dead, but we suffer their punishment. Hence the reason why you see individuals that did no wrong. All right, you think, what the hell did that person do in their past life? Or no, what did that person ever do? They're born with like a third arm, they're born with effed up features, or they got some kind of growth coming out of their head or face or their neck, or what they call them, conjoined twins or Siamese twins, where there's two ugly Edomite women or two women that are joined together and they got like one, set of genitals, Now that's a heck of a punishment. So only the Lord knows what you must have done in your past life to, to have that happen to you. All right. And that's just on a small scale. So we did wrong. We went off. We broke the commandments. And Yahabashim Mashai, every time we went off, we went into slavery. All right. Hence the reason we've been in slavery so many times. And we're in our final captivity now. All right. But then again, on the flip side, Esau, it's going to come on you now. All right. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 14:21. Yeah, let's go to that one. And this is a beautiful one that hits a nail on the head. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children. Okay, you Edomites and you heathen nations. Just because I keep saying Esau, because Esau is the current ruler, the so-called white man. Okay, at the top of those Edomites, because there's specific tribes amongst the so-called white man to the Caucasians. You got the small hatters, what you call the big nose people that love to wear black Godfather hats and breakfast bowls, just like Muslims and the Roman Catholic Church on their head, but it's always black. Those people, they're known as the Amalekites. They run the whole world. Okay, okay. You're gonna be prepared for slaughter. Isaiah 14:21. So yeah, Adam 22. You're gonna pay for your forefathers' sins. Live it up right now in your mansion. Cuck out your wife even more. You know, do what you got to do. Do your drugs and all that. Live your nice life in Cali. It's not long. All the Edomites are gonna suffer harder. Just watch. Just watch. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, so you're not going to rise again. You're not going to build no cities again. All right, you're going to prepare for your iniquity, all your evil doings, all the things that you've done. So the Lord is preparing slaughter for you. All right, and Abaratazah, this is the year of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and it's going to happen. And when it does, all right, and Judah's like a lion's whelp, Judah's going to wake up. Hey, it's kickoff time. All right, kickoff time. Kickoff time. So the topic here was, what should kids or children learn about race in school? The children should learn about this. Listen, I'm an Israelite foreigner, right? I grew up and I knew about how evil the so-called white man was. Okay, I suffered racism. I was called a black bastard when I was 8 years old walking to school, and that was 1984. All right, because the neighborhood I lived in was full of Israelite foreigners and so-called West Indians. All right, we banded together. We smashed up skinheads and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of stabbings and a couple of people got deleted. Hence the reason why we had to take up arms. It was a real critical time at that time. And I always knew deep down these so-called white people are evil. I always knew that. I never liked them. Okay, and I was 7, 8 years old, and I could feel the tension at 7, 8 years old. And I'm not in a so-called Negro body. But I'm a man of color. Yeah. Okay. And even back then, we knew, because you would watch shows like Little House on the Prairie and certain American sitcoms and all, whatever. Race was always mentioned, even British ones. And you would think about it: why are they always making fun of the so-called black man? Why are they making fun of this, brown people? Why? You go to certain areas, you'd be, especially in the late 70s, 80s and stuff. They would drive by, call it, "Oi, black bastard! Oi, wog, gollywog! Oi, nigger!" You know. Or then they attack you. Like Stephen Lawrence in South London was murdered back in the 90s. And there's so many other murders as well. But that's the one that stood out, and that was on media, on the news for ages. Because South London is a stronghold for Benjamin and Judah. What you brothers probably heard about the area of Brixton, I believe that was. Okay? So yeah, Esau, you're going to pay for the sins of your forefathers. And I'm just touching on a few things here or there. A bit of this and a bit of that, a bit of this and a bit of that. Okay, because your mind goes in several different directions. And you get angry and pissed off at your damn devils, and you get sick and tired of coons, man. I love the so-called white man. All right? But everything has an end point. Everything has closure. Everything has a start date and a finish date. Just like a loaf of bread, just like a box of juice, just like, I don't know, a can of beans. There's a sell by date or an end by date. There's an end date. Just like this kingdom, right, has an end date. All right? You crackers, you Edomites wanted the charagma, which is the CHIP, right? The micro CHIP, Revelation 13:16, to be established approximately, 25 years ago, maybe even long before that. You are way overboard. And this shit that you're coming out with 2030, this, that, and the third, I don't believe it's going to be that long. I believe this thing's going to pick up soon because I'm sick and tired of this motherfucker. All right. And I know a lot of you Jakes are tired of this place too. It's like, damn, man, this place is just like, like still water that's not flowing and it's getting like flies settling on it and all these kind of insects. It feels like that. And I think to myself, how long something's got to give, man. This motherfucker's got to fall, man. All right. It's got to fall. You know? For a lot of Jake's jobs are harder to find now because the mirth and the grinding is ceasing, you know. And for Jake's in between jobs or whatever the situation may be, there's two ways around this one. Okay, either this place is gonna, the bubble's gonna pop in terms of the financial infrastructure gonna fall really really quickly in a matter of weeks or months, or the Lord gonna give you another job and better. But Yahweh Shemeshah is not going to put you in a situation where you're out there stealing, running away from ticket inspectors on the train, jumping turnstiles in America to catch a train to try and go to work or try and go to a job interview, or stealing from a store where, you'll be put in a situation where, God forbid, Lord forbid, you get arrested. No. Your back's against the wall. And sometimes we feel it. Yahweh Shemeshah is always going to come through. Always going to come through. And right now, because we're approaching the end, these demons are amplifying as well. Every little thing pisses you off. All right? So this place has an end date. It's got to the point where, shit, if I don't have to go out of the house, I don't go out of the house. Because out there everything is just dead. And it's just annoying and it angers you. It's got to that level. But yeah, back to the fact of the matter. Yes, you are going to pay for your forefathers' sins. And critical race fact, as Elder Malcolm of GMS Chicago has coined it, right, is necessary to show the transparency of you devils, because what's that scripture? Yeah, here's the one. That's not the one, is it? Our fathers have inherited lies. I'll find the scripture 1 second. Because all the lies that you guys have spoken about, saying that you're this nation, you're that nation. Oh, this is what we invented. This is what we created. We invented this. Then you say to the Israelites, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we taught you how to wash your ass. We taught you how to do this, that, and we put clothes on you. No, we invented everything. It was you Edomites, you cave people, all right? That were your glories as being in the caves, and that was a damn shameful glory, okay? Eating lice out of each other's genitals, eating food, which is raw, out of the skulls of your dead relatives. Watch that movie, Quest for Fire. Okay? They got that Edomite, Amalekite playing the lead caveman in it. The one who looks like a monkey. Okay, who's in that biker show? What's it called? Sons of Anarchy? Yeah, that lead Edomite. He's in it. Kind of looks like a cross between Gary Busey, that monkey-looking Edomite, and a monkey. Jeremiah 16 and 19. You think that, all the truth is coming out. Okay, of all the Israelites' inventions, all the clean, beautiful cities the tribe of Gad had, the native Indians, how peacefully they lived, all the Black Wall Streets, all the Rosewoods, and it's not just Black Wall Street and Rosewood. There were thousands of Israelite cities where the Israelites were living clean, dressed beautifully. The men were dressed like gentlemen, the women dressed like women. The streets were clean. All the police officers were so-called black men, black and brown men. Our own dentists and own banks. But remember, Yahweh Shemeshah said that this is not our rest. Hence the reason why Yahweh Shemeshah destroyed it, because we had to go through our punishments. But the Lord just gave us a little bit of that glory to show these Edomites and crackers and these heathens, to show that even against adversity, we still outshine you devils. in every way. And if it's a level playing field, you Edomite, so-called white people and heathen nations can never win. Right? For example, basketball, you change any kind of sport there is where the Israelite man, the so-called black Hispanic or native Indian man is just dunking on you or doing better than you or beating the hell out of you, whether it's boxing or some kind of martial art. You guys always change the rules. Why? To suit yourself, to suit you, so you can always have the upper hand and look like you're the hero. Hence the reason why you have all the superheroes as so-called white men, like that cracker. What's his name? Christopher Reeve. That's why the MF ended up in a wheelchair because he was trying to portray himself to be the Most High Son, Kal-El, and Kal-El is a Hebrew word name meaning all powerful, wearing a mantle and all that. That's the only way you devils can have spirit, have power is in TV shows and movies. You're not gonna ever fly. You're not gonna ever be young forever. The Lord left that glory to us. You see Jacob, man, dunking and flying. There's a little bit of that superpower in us. You see Jake, like Mike Tyson, knocking people out. You see Jake having a natural swole body, born with six packs. They don't even work out. They're like 12, 13 years old, swole with muscles and different definition. Why? Because we're gods naturally. Being young forever. You see a Jake who's 45, 50 years old, right? Other than the few grays he has, or the grays, his skin looks young. He's not as gray as Edomites. He still looks a young man. If Jake dyes his beard, Jake looks like he's 25 years old. And I've seen a lot of Jakes like that, especially if you're in shape. You look young. As they say, we age like wine. Is you Edomites age like milk. That's why the Lord left this little bit in us to show that we are those people, as well as the righteous nature that we have. Okay, hence the reason, being young forever, having spiritual power, having a natural infinity and connection to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai or the Most High and his King, our Son, right? Even though, pursuant to Romans 10 and verse 2, right? You guys have a natural connection. Our people have a natural connection to the Most High, but a lot of people don't have the right name and the right method in worshiping Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and looking young and being young forever. That's why the Lord left these things in us to show us that in the kingdom we're going to have it way greater. All right. Right. So all these lies that you Edomites have built up like a house of cards are falling. All right. You're not the Israelites. You're not the kings of the so-called European nations. Those are Israelite men, brown men with mantles on. You are not the Knights of the Round Table. You are not King Arthur. You're not Robin Hood. Okay, you're not what's the other one? The Lone Ranger. That was Bass Reeves, the so-called black man. Okay, Robin Hood is a so-called black man. Okay, and I'm just touching on the tip of the iceberg. All right, Jeremiah 16:19. O Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, and the Gentile and Salakia, just excited. O Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, my strength, my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Okay, so you've inherited lies. And a lot of people that bring out the truth, the Lord has put a spirit on certain Edomites to bring out the truth, and a lot of Israelite foreigners that look so-called white have that Caucasian look, the Edomite look, but their forefathers are either so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Indians. Because like I said, Jacob likes to get down with women of other nations, right? And sometimes the children look pale, or they look like the Edomite nation, or they look like another nation. They also speak on it true. And because they look like another nation, you heathens say, oh shit, we effed up. Because the Lord has hidden us amongst other nations. Why? To preserve the seed of Jacob. All right? So all your lies are crumbling. And yes, Esau, all right, you are going to pay for your forefathers' iniquities. We paid for ours, all right? And we're continuing to do so. But it's coming to an end very, 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 very soon. And I can't emphasize the very soon enough, right? But you crackers, You've got 1,000 years of slavery. Slow years, by the way. Slow years. All right? It'll probably be like 10,000 years in the time that we're in right now. That's how it's going to feel to you. But it'll be 1,000 years uh, in angelic terms, but that, by the way, in our realm, which will be on earth. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. The way we're walking, talking, saying hello to each other right now, we're going to be like that. It's not going to be floating in the sky. We're going to have just be, floating around saying, just floating around like having cartoons. It's going to be a physical, a terrestrial, and a celestial kingdom, man. We're going to be walking, obviously be walking, talking, but we're going to be looking good, feeling great, naturally swole, eating and drinking, many wives, many children, lots of sex with our wives, righteously, of course. None of that weird shit that you Jakes like to do, having 3 ways with 2 women at the same time. None of that wicked shit. That's all gonna die on this side. And none of you moles, okay, you weirdo ABCD people are gonna be existing. Yeah, but most importantly, our King Yahushua is gonna be with us. We're gonna have the laws in us. We're not gonna ever make a mistake again. All right. And you Edomites are going to be in slavery, in hardcore slavery for 1,000 years. And you're not going to be able to have an exotic looking wife or a woman like you have on this side. Some of you crackers, Edomites, have a so called black woman or a Hispanic woman or an East Indian woman or you crackers love the Chinese and Japanese women, don't you? You know? You're not going to, or a Polynesian woman, Samoan woman, you're not going to have none of that. You're going to have your own kind. You're going to have every bitch Edomites. My slaves personally are going to have every Edomite bitch they're going to have. The bitch going to be 400 pounds. And if she isn't 400 pounds, with spiritual power, I want to make the bitch 400 pounds. I want to make sure that you got no damn comfort for 1,000 years. And after 1,000 years, you're going to be deleted. Deleted. Okay? Pursuant to Obadiah 1:18, and there shall be none remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai hath spoken it. All right? Just want to touch on that. Anyway, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yashai, Bashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.